What's up, Dragon Brood? Oh man, I don't know. It's like I turned 12 again. What's up, Dragon Brood? Today, I'm doing something I don't love, and I'm apologizing. I'm just gonna have to be the bad guy. We're playing some Simic Ramp today, and while that doesn't sound terrible in and of itself, well, we're gonna be playing some cards today that I know some of you are gonna hate, but I couldn't avoid it. I tried as long as I could this season. We're already over a weekend. This is like, what, day 10 or something of the season? Uh, it was bound to happen. So let's go take a look at this Simic Ramp deck. As always, before we get into this, be sure to check out shop.ultrapro.com, where they have all your needs covered for all your storage supplies for all types of gaming, including D&D and Pokemon and Magic and a ton of other things. Go over, show them some love because they support me and other quality content creators. So, give some love back to those who give love to us, especially with the holidays coming up. Get your orders in sooner rather than later. Now, with this list, like I said, we're going to be doing some not fun things, for our opponents at least. So we are starting out with 3 Fading Hopes because we do want to have some of these available to us because the card's just good. And we're going to have a reason to want other instants here later. Playing 4 Prosperous Innkeepers because, again, we're playing a ramp deck. We want to make use of that. Same thing with the Taxidermist. However, the Taxidermist can potentially become a 4/4 and be something we can fight with, which is nice. We're playing 3 Root Coil Creeper because, again, we want to maximize the mana. And this is a pretty safe creature, and it's a 2/2, which is a nice body in case we need to fight. We are playing Divide by Zero. Why not? I mean, it does actually do some good things in the deck. It pseudo counters something. It lets us bounce a problematic creature. Especially if something's got a bunch of counters or something on it, we kind of get to reset the creature, which is pretty nice. And then we're playing some Saw It Coming just because we want to have some real counters that we can play. We could play 4, but the truth is I went with 3 just because we're going to be spending a lot of the early turns trying to get our creatures down, set up our mana, so we may not have a lot of good opportunities even to foretell it, but we also don't want to draw a whole bunch of those early and get stuck in a situation where we kind of are obligated to cast them versus doing the other things we want to do to set up later plays. We're playing Eska's Chariot. We all know Chariot's good at this point. Make 2 creatures, equip, copy tokens. Lots of fun stuff we can do with that. We're playing 3 Quandrix Cultivator, and this is another way to ramp, but more importantly, the best thing about this card is that it's a 3/4 body. When you're talking about having to battle other creature decks, a 3/4 creature is really substantial. And because we have Innkeeper, Taxidermist, Root Coil Creeper, we can go from 2 to 4 mana pretty regularly. So you can go from 2 to 4, and if you have another land in hand after playing the Cultivator, you can jump all the way to 6. So there's a lot of really powerful things you can do very quickly with this setup. Then we have Wrenn and 7, because making a big token's awesome. We have ways to get other lands in play. Just in general, the things you can do with it are pretty nice. And Wrenn and 7 does have some interesting interactions in the sense that it can help grow a Taxidermist into a fighting creature, making the tree is big enough that you can do all the cool stuff with Eska's Chariot and copy your tree token. So just lots of fun stuff we can do here that allow it to work with other cards, which is pretty nice. And then we start hitting more of the non-fun cards with Auron's Epiphany, taking the extra turns, get the birds, yada yada, you know the drill. We couldn't not play it. If we're playing a thing that can ramp up and have the mana, it only makes sense to take advantage of it. I felt like it'd be silly not to. And then another thing we can spend mana on is Hullbreaker Horror. This is one of the new cards that is super annoying in this set. It's a 7/8 for 7. Flash. Can't be countered, which is awesome. And then when you cast a spell, you choose one. You either return target spell I don't control to owner's hand, or return target permanent to its owner's hand. The interesting thing here is it lets you return any permanent. So if you wanted to reset your Wrenn and 7, or get more blockers with the Chariot, or a myriad of other things you could do, that is possible with Hullbreaker Horror. So keep that in mind whenever you're playing. Then we have Hull the Storm Giants, just because, again, we're going to have the mana to be able to activate it. 5 islands, 6 forests, 3 Lair of the Hydra, 4 Bark Channel Pathway, 3 Dreamroot Cascade. Full disclosure, we could have played a 4th Cascade, but I was skimping a little bit on wild cards because I'd already spent some to finish off this deck, so meh. If you got it, use it. What is the old saying? Smoke them if you got them. That's sort of what applies here. But anyway, this is it. We're going to play some games. We'll see if we make any changes, as always, so check out the end of the video with the updates, and we'll have a card spotlight for you. Alright, opponent goes first, but we're going to keep... I mean, we have 2 mana creatures. We have a 4 mana thing. Good thing that we have the Chariot. That's pretty nice. So we can lead with... Probably we lead with Innkeeper here, I'm thinking. So if the creature dies, we kind of get to keep doing what we're doing. Unfortunately, there is the chance that the opponent ends up having an overcharge amalgam, which is not going to work great for us. Okay, maybe they're light on mana. That's still a bunch of damage here. Alright, no blocks. Alright. That's actually not bad here. Because next turn we can play that and this. So that's pretty good. We gain 2 life, go back to 13. We pass. We could use the cats to block things if necessary, instead of even juicing up our chariot. They're just attacking with that. Okay, sure. I'm game. I mean, effectively, the chariot gained 2 life and blocked 5 damage. So if it does nothing else the rest of this game, that is plenty. Alright, so we do this. Do I want to foretell this, actually? That's a real question. Because let's assume we take at least 4, 5, 6, 7 here. If we take 7, we'd be at 7. Could be possibly 8, 9, 10 if one of those is a scab. But then we would get an extra turn. Get to play 2 things. Alright, let's do it. I think it's worth the risk. And if for some reason both our innkeepers live, we do get to gain life off those coming into play. So that'd be 4. So we offset a lot of the damage. So there's a lot of things working here to make that an okay play. All right, another Champion of Parish. Wow, okay. That's tough. Good news is it wasn't a scab, because I could have made this a very big attack. They might, though, have like a Fading Hope or something here, which we wouldn't hate. All right, so it's going to be 4, 5, 6, okay, 7, sure. No blockers. I mean, we can save enough damage here, or like gain enough life, I should say, so no need to panic. Put that on blue. We will foretell. Yep. Gain a bunch of life. Tap all these. Get in there for 4. Copy a bird. Gain 2 life. Okay, we get our free turn. Oh, that's not a bad card to pick up here, actually. I mean, I say we just don't care about it, right? I mean, we're gaining so much life, like, who cares? Oh, I should have activated this. I guess I still can, right? Actually, I may block with that. We're not going to block with that. Then we go to attack. We attack with 1, 2, 3. Do we attack with 4? Yeah, we're going to gain 2 more life, so why not? Oh, they're just going to said nope. They didn't want to take all that damage. It was a bit too much. All right. Well, now they're in a little bit of a tough spot because they do attack all out. It's not great for them. What did they oops for? I mean, I guess you can block my chariot now, but I'm also not likely. Yeah. We're gonna mulligan this. Also, I just realized our opponent's username is Stoneboat. That's not it's not a very good boat. We're gonna keep this. However, I'm gonna get rid of a Hullbreaker Horror. And we're gonna give ourselves option for Fading Hope. I don't know if we'll use it on most things they play on 1, but who knows? We could surprise ourselves. Well, when they play a tapped land, you don't really do anything. I'm going to set a stop during our upkeep just in case. Well, it looks like they're opting to do nothing here. Alright, well, that worked out. And we get to go get an island. We will most definitely take that action and pass. Alright, so now we've got a counter to give ourselves a little bit of protection against whatever weird control-y things the opponent's doing. And if we were to get stuck for mana and really wanted to try to get our Epiphany through, we could bounce our Cultivator. Probably won't, though, but we could if we so chose to. Let's put this in a little bit of an interesting spot, doesn't it? So I don't know if I want to foretell this or this. Guess we attack first, see what the opponent does. Do we want to counter anything becomes a question. I think I'm just going to foretell this. Now, there is a world where I could have attacked with just the Cultivator, then foretold both of these, and, you know, that would have been a thing, but don't know if it was really worth it, necessarily. This is interesting, too, because they may want to try to kill the Creeper here. I don't know. Divided by 0. Let's, maybe just bounce our Creeper. Because that would still keep them from doing anything with divided by 0, and we still get to scry. But it would take away our option to counter. That's a little tough. I'm not sure how bad I want that. I think it's more about I don't want them to have a thing. Alright, that's fine, I guess. So this end of turn situation didn't go the way we wanted. We can't cast this, so I'm just going to go ahead and foretell it anyway. And it sets up some things for next turn. And I don't know why, I get the feeling they wanted to go for environmental sciences so they could search for a land. I don't know that to be true, but it sure felt like it. I was right. It's exactly what they wanted. Alright, I say we go for it. The token probably gets bounced here, but meh. What are we going to do about it?
They prepare for war.
Do we attack, knowing they could get through and deal 2 to Ren and 7? No attacks. Assume they, yeah, exactly. Assume they bounce the 5/5. We're leaving it on top, which means it's probably a land. Probably even a white land for a Oh, it wasn't a white land. It was a blue land for a deluge. Okay, fair enough. Okay, now the question is, can we get to enough blue lands of our own to start taking things over? That is not a blue land, and oh my gosh, so many great cards went to the graveyard there. That sucked. Alright, well, we attack. Opponent says they're not interested. They're just going to take the 3. Do we use Ren 7 again or just make a 3/3? I think we go, or a token, not a 3/3. -3. Ew, divide by 0 would have been good too. Man, we missed pretty bad on the Ren 7 action. Very disappointing. Alright. I guess that's the best we can do here. It's super sad. I guess we go ahead and try to play this. I mean, I won't be able to bounce a thing, but that's fine. We're not really concerned about doing that. Actually, knowing that, I should have just attacked with the 1/1 also. Alright, how bad is it? I mean, we didn't take an extra turn, so there's a good chance they have a feeling we're sitting on a saw it coming. That wouldn't surprise me at all. I'd be thinking it if I was in their shoes. Opponent's gonna do nothing. Okay. I can respect playing the defensive route. So, are you gonna try to kill our creature land? I feel like that's kind of part of what's happening here. If we think that's the case, maybe we only activate this for like 3 and then leave this mana up. Actually, let's do it like this. And we'll just kind of see what's going on here. And we'll attack. One, two, three, four, 5. You know what? Yeah, whatever. Iteration. Sure. I guess we're going to try to divide by 0 2 things. And we're going to Fading Hope 2 things. Yeah, okay. Okay. I don't hate those outcomes. Not worth fighting over. Alright, put him on the bottom. We'll oh, gotta deal the damage. I mean, I'll be a little surprised if they don't double block here. Oh, they had another Fading Hope? Gee, bus. Okay, fine. Left that one on top, though. I was going to say, you might as well just double block it, right? Now, this is where I could use our Fading Hope and then just play this land untapped and still have access to Saw It Coming. I just don't know if it's worth it here. But I might as well. They're not going to have a lot of other targets for us. Alright, I can stay up top for sure. And then I guess we just do this. I mean, we're not going to put the Hullbreaker Horror in the graveyard, so plussing Ren and 7 was not an option there. It was pretty much 0 to put these both into play, which was reasonable, or make the 7/7. Alright, we will counter that. Unfortunately, we didn't get to put our creature land into play last turn, or that would have done it. Yeah, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can 0 to put our other lands into play.
We blossom and thrive.
And then that'd be Xaxes. Yep. We will keep this. Also, our opponent's name is brilliant because I don't know if they for real don't know how to spell the word, or if that's some like weird colloquial spelling, or if they're just being cool. But it's ukulele, which is great. Credit to them for sure. I don't know how we're gonna get out of this. Oh, well, that helps. Well, since we know nothing's going to get exiled with a 3 mana, this could be a 2 mana. Or actually, no. I guess it could be... It's possible they want to hit this with a portable hole. Because I could see a hand where you kept, like, Usher plus double portable hole, but I guess not. We'll keep this. Why not? See if we can at least draw a land to make this feel a little bit safer. That does help. Don't know if it's going to be enough. Let's see if this creeper lives a turn. Okay, I say, against a red and black deck, odds were pretty low, but it did make it, so good stuff for us. Okay. Now, if this is a big Cimrson Predator, that is a problem. If it's not a big Cimrson Predator, it's a little less of a problem. Though it could still be like a 4/4 Florian. That would be bad. With it having first strike, we'd have to find a bounce spell. So yeah, lots of things it still would not be good for us. Opponent passes. I'm going to assume that's their way of saying they would like to attempt to kill our chariot. We're going to do our best to not let them kill our chariots. Yep, here comes the first attempt. I would like to keep the chariot alive just a little bit longer. Make a token. I'm gonna do this because there is a chance they could just like Meat Hook Massacre here. Give up their Kalane just to wipe out our board. Okay, Moonveil Regent. That's a legit duder. That is for show. Take action. We will go get that. And doesn't do us that much good to attack here, really. I won't say no good, but not much. Dragon Orb. Alright. I mean, that does help their mana to cast more dragons, but we're okay with that. They're obviously not attacking here. We have too much on the table. We can do this again. Take action. Get an island. Play this. and just pass. So now we're in a situation where we might be able to just start activating these Lair of the Hydras. What's that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'd be able just to go to war with the Moonveil Regents. Actually, I guess we could pump it for 6. Alright, I think whatever we're going to do... Oh, well, that's a big, big hit. Never mind. That changes things drastically. Ooh. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now we might want to put the Chariot at risk. Because we can tap 2... and then attack with a lot of stuff here. And they're going to have to block the Chariot. And I want to keep the 7/7 up. Copy this big boy. I mean, is Kalane just going to... Woo, you're just taking all that? Wow. Wow. Okay, we're just going to end the turn. No need to put anything else out there. I don't know what they're going to do from there, being at 6. Yeah, I'm not sure why Kalane wasn't willing to take a bullet. That's very strange. Yeah, opponent just GG's. Oh, boy. I guess we mulligan this. Especially since we were going first. Get rid of one of these, even though we do like ramping our mana. It kind of sucks. We need to draw another. We need to draw an untapped land here. Come on. That hurts. If we could have gotten an untapped land there, we might have been okay. Now I think we could be in a lot of trouble. Yep. This sadly is not going to go our way. This is what I needed last turn. I mean, I guess we go with this since it's a 2/2. I don't expect it to live, though, unfortunately. And I'm even a little torn. I'm not sure what I want to play next turn. Whether I want to play a Chariot or... Actually, no. We'll go with the 3/4. I think that's exactly what we want to do. Mostly because this opens up the door for more potential things to go our way next turn. Because then if we find a land, we could Chariot and Taxidermist. Ah, that sucks. Oh, actually, they're not putting all their counters on the Aspirant. Sure, we'll take a hit one time there. And we did find a land. Most excellent. Okay. All right. Yeah, we just pass. So if we can keep the Taxidermist alive, we have enough for the Hullbreaker Horror next turn, so we could probably surprise them and kill something. Alright, 2 things with 4 toughness coming in. I mean, I guess we try to block all of it. So we'll do... this. And this, I think, is what we want. Hopefully they want to kill our 3/4. Hopefully they'll look at our mana and just be like, oh, you already have... Ah, they're going to kill our Taxidermist. Damn it. I was hoping they might just look and say, ah, you got plenty of mana. And by getting rid of that, this now allows the Aspirant to attack next turn. Oh, but they had an Apparition. Interesting. Okay, well... we're not in a bad situation here, so we're just going to pass. And again, we have the Horror set up now. Brutal Cathar. Annoying, but we can survive that. No blocks. Ooh, next turn, actually, with this becoming a 3/3. Ooh, I don't know that we can survive. Actually, if they get a land and attack with their Faceless Haven, we're just dead. Yeah, we really don't have a play there. Our best play should have been actually divide by 0 so that we could... Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll get out of it here. Alright. Horror. Hopefully they don't get to kill something that's like power 4 or greater or something silly here. We're going to block because we have to. I guess it has to be this. Even though we don't want it to be, I think it has to be. Just so they can't get a cheap pump and kill us. Alright, and we get a land. Alright, maybe we can top deck an Epiphany? Oh, they had another Cathar. Well, good news for us is... Oh, wait, hold on a second. We would get to bounce 2 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're at 2. So we get to bounce 2 things. Alright, we just pass here. See what the opponent does. Alright, they didn't bite and activate the Faceless Haven, unfortunately. Alright, so we're going to bounce this. Oh, wait. Hold on. I have to pay 3 life, and I can't. That is a problem. Alright. Well, we bounce this. And we'll bounce this. And we do get a 4/4 back. I'm going to go ahead and get Mascot Exhibition since we have plenty of mana. We will block with our 4/4 token. I might as well double block. Like, just to make sure we kill it. Because if anything, they're just going to remove this with the Apparition. But now we're going to get a bunch of dudes, get to bounce stuff. Yeah, that's going to start doing it for the opponent here, I think. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still 1 short. So that takes that out of play. But we still get to do this. So we're going to return that. And now we have the mana we need for next turn. And I'm going to go and attack with those 2. Probably could have safely attacked for more, but don't want any surprises to come our way with us just being at 2. Hullbreaker Horror is a ridiculous card. And it doesn't even say like instant or sorcery. It's just a spell. Like, why? Yeah, I don't think the opponent really has outs here. Because we have 9 mana, so they know we can cast this. Yeah. Alright, this is kind of a questionable hand, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it. And just see if we find another creature to play after the Innkeeper, maybe. Or that could happen. Yeah, now it should probably be pretty hard for us. Well, I don't know. We still have time, I guess. Opponent did nothing there, which means this is dead. Nope, they're smart. They're going to save it. Oh. What? Opponent made an action I did not anticipate. So I'm kind of wondering if I just want to play a second Innkeeper. in the event of them trying to sweep the board or something. I don't know what's going on here. I kind of do just want to play another Innkeeper. So let's do that. There's some random flash thing I don't know about. Alright, end the turn. I don't know what's happening here. Oh, that. Do we care about that? So they can put in a 6/6, most likely. We wouldn't be able... We'd have to top deck a land from here. Well, that can't be countered, actually. So yeah, that's just fine. I'm just realizing, wait a minute, that can't be countered. What am I doing? Alright, we didn't draw a land, so this whole plan kind of blew up in our face. Alright, we'll assume they're going to get 2 big fatties here. Yep. What you got? Yep, and another one. Alright. All sounds like a worthy plan. And then those will flip because they didn't cast anything. Sounds great. There's a land, but it's a bit too late, I think. I mean, we are at a lot of life, though. So you know what? Let's be patient here, right? We can take a big hit. We can chump block with some cats. We don't have to be in a big hurry. We're gonna take a lot of damage, mind you. It's gonna be a lot, but we kind of just have to deal with it. Yep. I agree. All these are going to hurt. I mean, I'm assuming Red and 7's going to die here. It's just what do you do with the rest of it? Really? That is it, huh? I don't know if it's worth it to even try to protect the Ren and 7 here. I mean, it's going to die anyway. It's just, what's our benefit to killing certain creatures here, I think is what I'm looking at. And like, if we give up this 4/4... Yeah, our hand's actually just bad in general, I think. I think this is the best we can do here. And this is mostly because this tramples. I mean, if they have a burn spell, this is bad for us anyway. Alright, cool. That'll work. Alright, we're going to keep this. I mean, we have all the mana in hand. We just got to draw something to go with. That's a start. If any of these things live. We shall see. We drew 3 mana. If we can draw a 4th land, it's going to make this feel a lot better. I will tell you that. It will feel tons better. Especially since we're holding double Chariot. I was going to say, wait. Oh, it's okay. I was about to say, there's no way you don't do anything there. That would be silly. Nope, we did not find land 4, which is very disappointing. Yep, no surprise, no surprise. These decks are so boring to play against, by the way. But, they're out there. So what you gonna do? Yep, you get a bunch of cards. Draw a land. We failed to draw a land. I'm just going to do this, just to give him something to target. Because I have a feeling if we don't, this wasn't going to resolve anyway. Alright, you have an Emerald. Oh, geez, that's the land we found? Well, good news is that at least buys us a little bit of time from the life gain. However, they are very close to just straight up casting Epiphany, which is going to be no good for us. Yep. Frostbite, sure. Sounds good. Yep. And they want to kill that. Sure. So now I feel like we kind of have to accept that that's... I don't know. Maybe it's not Epiphany? I have a feeling it is, though. And if we believe that... Yep. Gotta at least get enough life to not die here on a couple of attack steps. That also means we're gonna get a bigger Ren in 7, hopefully, when that all resolves. Opponent's down to 3 cards. They are at 13, though, so they're a long way from dead. Okay. Still can Epiphany here. Yep. As expected. They must have another one. Yep. Alright. GG's. Yep. Epiphany's so dumb. We'll keep this. You know, a sad true fact about my videos is that sometimes I actually do purposely keep bad openers just so I don't have to deal with people saying, like, why don't you show more of your losses? Your deck can't be that good. So, like, if I get on a crazy streak where I'm winning a bunch, I actually try to generate a loss sometimes. I don't say generate a loss, but at least generate some amount of difficulty for the deck. Which is silly, but that's the world we're in. Okay, we just pass. Yeah, it resolves. Don't care about that too much. I mean, we're gonna take a turn off to play Chariot next turn. It's the only reason I considered it. But I figure a cat can block an adversary, so meh. Now, that may not be true whenever they play something like Angel Fire Ignition on it, and then we'll just be sad, but meh. Alright, I mean, I'm not going to give you the Chariot, opponent. Which I'm sure you were hoping for. Yep, works for me. I have no problems with that. We'll just foretell this. And then we'll pass. And then we're going to have to hope to do something great after this. Because this whole hand did a whole lot of nothing. We probably don't want to be trying to deal with 2 of these. You know, I guess actually I could have foretold. Yeah. I put the wrong thing in foretell, actually. Because I could have Epiphanied this turn. I guess sometimes the deck works out. Though this is very likely dead next turn.
Root to canopy. The trees are mighty.
We at least get something out of it. So yeah, that was definitely a mistake there. Because I didn't count my mana right last time. Even if I would have foretold the Epiphany, I would have still had mana up to just straight up cast the Saw It Coming. And then I could have Epiphanied here. Now that being said, I drew the Wrenn in 7, so, you know, it is what it is. Alright, Eruption Us. Sounds good. If you have 2 cheap spells, you can kill our 6/6 after we block and still kill Wrenn in 7. Inspiration, shoot us. Interesting. And shoot Wrenn in 7, I take it. Alright. Well, it's a good thing we have this Epiphany then, huh? So they just came after us. They didn't even go after. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can't do anything extra there. We'll just pay 0. Put these into play. Tap one of these. And then we'll attack. Copy one of those. Alright, well, I guess they don't know we have the Epiphany, but that is ballgame. I mean, the suspicious part is I would have attacked with the Lair of the Hydra. So yeah, as it turns out, the deck did exactly what we wanted it to do. This is a weird one, man. If you're into this type of deck, play it. It's solid. Me personally, I just didn't enjoy it. I felt like I was sitting there too long, not really doing much of anything. However, some people enjoy that type of magic. And if you do, this deck's actually pretty solid. Now, in the updated list, I think I'm just going to go ahead and go to a full set of Fading Hopes and a full set of Saw It Comings. And even just round out the Auron's Epiphany and maybe just cut a couple of mana creatures. Because truthfully, those were the spells we were looking for more often than not. And usually when we hit them, we were winning. So might as well give ourselves the best shot. We could scale back some of the other stuff and still do perfectly fine. So really no reason to press the issue with all those mana creatures, because it turns out we didn't really need them all anyway. And rarely, oddly, did we actually turn the Taxidermist into a 4/4. I don't think it happened at all in that whole run of games. So there you go. Weird how things work out sometimes, but yeah, the deck's actually reasonable, and Hullbreaker Horror is a really ridiculous magic card. I guess we learned something, or at least confirmed a thing we thought we knew. For today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Meditate. And I break this card up because it kind of shows you the difference in Magic today and then, right? Because when Meditate originally came out, nobody wanted to play the card. It was like, why skip a turn just to get 4 cards? It sounds crazy, you know? Not realizing for a little while that once people started playing it, it's like, well, what if you don't ever give up the turn and you just combo out? Well, that's what this card's made for. So it's a very interesting situation to have. I mean, I guess you could also play it if you were just desperate to find counters to not die or something and buy an additional turn or two. That's a thing too, I suppose. But yeah, it's a card that at one point did spike to crazy values. Now I think you can probably find them for like 12 bucks or so. But it's a pretty interesting card considering how powerful it is, and people actually didn't want to play with it for a while. Just goes to show you, if something like that was made today, people would be finding a way to break it. Magic has definitely changed a lot. Remember, if you want today's deck list, it will be down in the description below, along with links to our Facebook gaming stream, Twitch streams, and Discord. Like always, if you want to come by, hang out with the other 500 members of the Brood, and get deck help, ask questions, talk about today's video, whatever. And don't forget, if you have not, check out the memberships, because that's how you get to decide what the content's going to be and possibly have your stuff featured here. Speaking of which, if you are a member, there's a poll up right now for the next couple of videos, so get your vote in on that. And then, even if you're not a member, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the like button and the notification bell and all that good stuff. And if you don't, please tell me why you don't. And I mean that genuinely, because I'd love to get you to subscribe to the channel, and I'd love to know what I can do to make that happen. Otherwise, that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.